More or less, we are leaving. I don't want to leave very soon, but we are leaving, and they are coming, and they have to manage this heritage on the next future. Then, to do that, we have two examples. The first one is from Romania, and the second one is a mix from Ourense and Baden-Baden, in Germany.
So hello again, I'm Oana, and besides being an architect, a PhD student, I'm also a volunteer and a very proud volunteer. And as my colleagues nicknamed me, I'm the mother of Herculane project. This is a project I started 5 years ago when I was in architecture school. And yes, now I'm the coordinator and founder of this project. So our talk today will basically be about the past, the present, and the future of Herculane Baths, but through the lenses of our project. So we will discuss several ideas on these topics and present to you what our vision or our work in progress vision is. For the future equals cooperation, and I know we can perhaps talk about this for days, for months, and many strategies have this motto, but for us it's very important to bring everybody at the table and try to develop together a vision, and this is our main goal for the next year. And so I would like to thank you, and if you want to contribute and support us, you can find us here, and thank you very much again.
Well, this is the index that we are going to follow. We are going to explain just a little bit with more detail the project, then the results we'll obtain, and then like a more subjective part. When we came out with the results, we did some posters. These are 2 examples of them, but there are like 6, I think. And they were handed in the Faculty of Tourism in the University of A Coruña.
It has been there for over 2,000 years ago. And now we are happy that we have been selected as one of the great spa towns of Europe. 2019 was the highest profit year for spas, as we know it. And our goal, or of course everyone's goal, is to reach the level of 2019. And with positive marketing and with more awareness to spa towns or thermal waters, I think this goal is going to be reached again. So my conclusion is really positive. As I'm a young person, see the benefit of spa, and I can only tell my friends about it, and I hope you do the same thing. Thank you very much. It has been an honor to be here. I think Paula has 1 or 2 sentences to say as well. And yeah, thank you for having me.
This was the time for the John appreciations. Thank you very much for being with us. And this is the end of our Heritage panel.
Bienvenidos, welcome to this opening ceremony of this Thermal Tourism Congress.
Thank you, Emma. Good morning. Permítame unas primeiras verbas na nosa lingua nai, en galego, porque ademais esta semana celebramos o 26 de setembro o Día Europeo das Linguas. It's a great pleasure to welcome you here to my hometown of Ourense and to this International Congress on Thermal Tourism. ECTA is proud to be an affiliate member of the United Nations World Tourism Organization and is holding this Congress with their valued support and participation. This is a huge development for our association, and we are delighted to be able to welcome speakers from around the globe, highlighting the importance of thermal tourism. This Congress is another piece in the puzzle. Now, for 3 days, Ourense and Galicia will become in their own right the world capital of thermalism, thanks to the great work carried out by the ECTA, INORDE and Deputación, with the collaboration of Ourense Municipality and the support of the sectorial organization that today are taking part in this ceremony. Thank you very much and welcome to Ourense.
Desde mi papel como presidente de la Asociación Nacional de Balnearios y Director de Calidad Turística, permitirme introducir una visión desde el sector empresarial de los retos que en estos días se van a hablar, sin duda, durante este Congreso y a continuación en Termatalia, y de las urgencias que desde el sector empresarial detectamos en línea con los trabajos que se vienen realizando en colaboración con las administraciones públicas. También la sostenibilidad tiene que ser social y hay otro terreno donde hay que trabajar profundamente, hay que trabajar porque en España, en todo el mundo, está habiendo un grave problema de captación de personal para trabajar. Hablaba muy bien el presidente del trabajo que hace el termalismo para evitar la despoblación de núcleos rurales. Está habiendo enormes dificultades para captar personal en prácticamente todas las villas termales españolas. De aquí seguro que salen conclusiones muy importantes para la sostenibilidad futura de todo el sector termal español y mundial. Muchísimas gracias.
I would like to give you a very, very warm welcome and greetings from our President, Mr. Thierry Dubois, from the European Spa Association. And thank you very much for the invitation for this great event. And you see, if we unite our power, we can have more recognition for our spa industry, for the European medical spas. You made a huge step to put on the international map the spa cities of the World Heritage list. And we have to work also on the recognition of the spa medicine, which is also a World Heritage, biology, spa medicine, to have our services, our providers, more integrated in the public health sector and to attract also a lot of private patients. Thank you very much and a very successful event. We have also a short video from our president, Mr. Thierry Dubois.
Your Congress has fomented the development of balneotherapy and tourism at the international level.
Señores y señores, muchas gracias por la invitación. Es un placer estar aquí en Ourense, en Galicia, en España. I would like to say a few words about the current developments of the Cultural Route Program, why the Cultural Route Program has become so successful over the last few years, some future trends in the tourism field, and why these trends are very important for our cultural routes, and to conclude with some words about the important work that the European Historic Thermal Towns has carried out. Few words about the Council of Europe. As you know, the oldest pan-European international organization devoted to human rights, democracy, and rule of law that has always had culture and cultural heritage as its core, as common values, underpinned our fundamental values of human rights, democracy, and rule of law. And this is why the Council of Europe has always been keen to promote a sense of common heritage, a sense of reciprocal appreciation of our cultural diversity. They tell a unique European story, which has also global ramifications. But this is a story that each and every network member contributes. It's Ourense's story, but it's also Galicia's story, and it's also European Heritage of Thermal Towns story. So thank you very much, and I wish you all a fruitful Congress, and thanks for your attention. Thank you.
Mr. President of EJTE, distinguished panel members, Mr. Ambassador, mayors, deputy mayors, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm delighted to be here today. I have to congratulate the UNWTO and the European Travel Commission on its support of the work of the thermal sector, and particularly that of EJTE. And I hope in many years to come that our constant working together and the cooperation that is demonstrated by the members of this panel and everything they represent will continue for many years to come. Thank you very much.
Yo lo primero que quiero es transmitir que la Sociedad Internacional de Hidrología Médica está constituida por los profesionales de la medicina que se dedican a la medicina termal, ya como responsable de los servicios médicos de los establecimientos balnearios, ya desde las distintas universidades, ya desde los grupos de investigación que se dedican a la medicina termal. Galicia, presidente, es un ejemplo de tener sensibilidad sobre estos temas y valgan como iniciativa que cuente con una legislación específica, precisamente, que regula el aprovechamiento lúdico de las aguas termales es algo exclusivo, muy importante, o la propia creación de la Cátedra de Hidrología Médica de la Universidad de Santiago de Compostela, que nadie tenga la menor duda que desde nuestra sociedad se prestará toda la ayuda y colaboración que se necesite para el desarrollo de la actividad turística de los mejores establecimientos balnearios y para conseguir los mejores destinos termales sostenibles para el futuro. Muchas gracias.
This is the third time that the city of Ourense is hosting a thermal meeting, a thermal event in Thermalis. So this is the third time, and I really hope this is not the last time. However, yesterday we have the World Tourism Day, and they got a new slogan, which is talk about rethinking tourism. Right? It's a very good thing because it means that we should question, and we have to question everything. And the slogan, which is inviting to us, is to think new ways to approach the challenge we have. Okay? Spring thermal water is not a golden goose. Spring thermal water is a main goal if you know where and how to dig. Translated to Spanish, el termalismo, el agua termal, no es la gallina de los huevos de oro. Sin embargo, el termalismo es una mina de oro si sabemos dónde y cómo cavar. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much.
Es para mí un enorme placer poder estar aquí presente hoy en el acto de apertura del Congreso Internacional de Turismo Termal, como representante de los miembros afiliados de la Organización Mundial del Turismo. En este contexto, estamos trabajando con la organización y nuestros miembros afiliados para anticipar los eventuales cambios en las preferencias y comportamientos del turista a raíz del impacto de esta crisis, sin precedentes, y adaptar el sector a los nuevos desafíos. En esta transformación es precisamente donde el turismo termal ocupa un lugar especial, por sus bondades y como producto turístico. Como se ha señalado ya anteriormente y como se debatirá en estos días del Congreso, el turismo termal está estrechamente vinculado con el entorno natural y cultural y representa una de las formas más valiosas del turismo sostenible. También como presidenta de la Junta de Miembros Afiliados, acogemos con gran satisfacción la decisión de la Asociación Europea de Ciudades Termales Históricas de comprometerse con la transformación sostenible del turismo, habiendo firmado precisamente ayer la Declaración de Glasgow sobre la acción climática en el turismo y aumentando así el número de miembros afiliados que han decidido sumarse a los esfuerzos para garantizar la resiliencia y la sostenibilidad de nuestro sector. Muchísimas gracias.
Entre los muchos aciertos que tuvo la civilización romana, muchos de los cuales hemos heredado, me gustaría destacar tres que se dan cita en este evento. Partimos de la idea cierta de que si han permanecido con el paso del tiempo es que merecían mucho la pena. El primero de estos logros es haber perfeccionado la idea de foro, de que aquí tenía que haber un foro, es decir, un lugar donde cada uno expone sus puntos de vista, recoge las ideas de los demás y decide luego cuáles son las mejores. Eso es lo que harán los 250 ponentes y los 35 relatores de 22 países que se van a dar cita en un congreso que tiene tanta proyección internacional como este. Ourense contribuye a que Galicia y el agua sean dos caras de la misma moneda. Podría decirse que nuestra tierra, con sus 1.700 kilómetros de costa, la comunidad autónoma con más costa de España y sus 1.000 ríos, es una tierra rica. Y podría decirse, y se dice, y estaríamos en lo cierto. Pero también es cierto que el termalismo marca la diferencia porque el agua hace rica a Galicia, pero el termalismo la hace rica y única. I hope you will have the opportunity to see this for yourself in this fantastic city of Ourense. I trust that at the end you will agree with me. Galicia is the place to go. I wish a very grateful and fulfilled Congress, especially to the people who came from other places, especially to the people who came abroad, and I am sure that we'll see you soon here in Galicia, the place to go this year and the next years. Thank you very much.
Bienvenidos al patio del futuro Hotel Balneario de Ourense.
In life, everything is possible, and in Ourense, of course, everything is possible. So we are thinking that in 2027 it will be a reality. You are all invited to the inauguration, to the opening of this great hotel, one of the references in Europe.
Now I try to show you in detail what's the idea you see on the video, because the first time that we suggest this idea, sometimes, and some people think we are crazy, but sometimes from the crazy ideas, the solution is here. We are waiting from, in my case, more than 20 years to have an hotel and spa in a town with millions of thermal water going to the river, as we talked yesterday, and this crazy idea could be the solution of the problem we have that create the first hotel and spa with thermal waters. We dream that on the next International Congress in Thermal Tourism, I hope that Budapest get the position for the next year, but maybe on the next occasion, we could be here naked or not, but bathing, sure, okay? Thank you very much.
We are in Ourense Thermal Capital. After my presentation, Armando, we talk about the capital, but Ourense province has another 15 thermal villages in our territory, and so this plan is focused on the rural areas. We are focusing as well in 3 new mineral water recognitions in the province, for 3 more thermal villages and thermal places here. The people that has been working in this field know how long it takes to develop a new mineral water recognition. Of course, marketing in every kind of sectors, not only in this, especially in tourism sector, has changed a lot, and now we cannot afford the markets all over the same. It's impossible, because I think that is like losing money, and unfortunately the budgets in the institutions are not so big, so we are working in niche. Here we have a special product that was kind of success in the past, that is the thermal sports, especially in the discipline of row. There are coming people from before pandemia from different places of the world that were coming here to train. This is our thermal tourist project in progress. Thank you so much for your attendance. Thank you so much.
All of you are people interested in everything related to tourism, and therefore I'm sure that you have already read about the tourist resources of this city, and possibly many of you have already visited us and know it. I will speak to you from the love I feel for this city, so that you can enjoy it better and make it known with more in future. Ourense is located on the Camino de Santiago, on the Ruta de la Plata, Silver Way. We have seen it in the videos. The Pilgrim Hostel is in the historic city, very close to Burgas. And from there, you can visit the most important place in the city on foot. I hope that my talk has made you interested in our city. Thank you very much for your attention. I will give this test to the organization for holding it in the web. Thank you very much.
And yesterday evening I asked Mario that can I take a little bit not so serious presentation, because whole the day we get so many excellent presentation and very serious themes, but I think that deeply that thermal buses, using buses and looking at thermal buses, it's so much fun and joy in the experience. So that's why I would like to, at first of all, let me entertain you. At first of all, I would like to tell just a very short stories about our historical thermal buses. I was mentioned that our history goes back to 150 years, but it's much more. The first golden age was during the period of the Roman area in the 2nd century. Of course, over the COVID, we had a loss income and lost visitors, but nowadays we can finally mention that 90% or 85% of our statistic from 2009, so the visitors number is still in 85% is over there. So we are very proud of it. You can imagine that every year we make a research, and during 1 week we ask every guest where they come from, how this, and so on and so on. And you can imagine that during this week in the Széchenyi we can welcome guests over 90 countries. So it's really
water. Provides strength. Water. Inspires. Water heals. It makes people happy. Here in Budapest, we have known for thousands of years that water is life itself. Budapest, the historic spa capital of the world.
We want to share with you how we in Argentina create and have built the marketing strategy for different audiences. One of these is the audiences for wellness, spa, and thermal. We will say that we are beautiful. We say without, we wait for you. But we need a special agreement with press to obtain different content for third parties. This is the reason that we have special agreement with the main press influencer trip. We have the main agreements with another type of the most important media companies around, especially in neighbor countries, and here in Europe too. We're in El País here in Spain, Le Figaro, L'Equipe, Le Monde in France, for example. We are a member of one of the main tourism associations around the world. One of these is Wellness Tourist Association, a Psychotour here, and we use this relationship to obtain more profits, of course, but much more benefits for the tourism of our country. I don't know if I overcome the challenge, if you understand my English, but I try to put all my hair here for you. I hope that you understand. We want to invite to Argentina. Some time ago, some people asked me, okay, the technologies are the future. No, the technologies are the present. The future is right now in this type of Congress. Thank you very much for invitation. Thank you very much for giving the space to Argentina.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second day of this Congress. As this panel is about experiences, I hope that you had nice experience, the ones of you that were in the water last night. I'm ready for the experiences of my 4 panelists this morning, and I would just like to ask Laszlo Puszko to the microphone.
So I was invited to talk a little bit about experiences, and this is one of the words which is terribly overrated, because everything is an experience. You know, going to the shops is an experience. Being on an airport, especially nowadays, is very much so an experience. So everything is an experience. My job, just FYI, when I'm not speaking at events, is creating well-being DNAs and stories for sites and destinations. We have been looking at lifestyle concepts and well-being concepts from all around the world. This is just a couple of examples. We looked at 42 of different lifestyle concepts. And you wonder why, talking about Europe, none of the European well-being and lifestyle concepts would include hot springs. It doesn't. Although historically humans think that, guys, Romans, beyond is being part of life. Why is not defined as such? You need to apply all these senses and the feels and everything else. And you can achieve that position, but it doesn't happen on its own, honestly, you have to believe in that, because that's what, you know, experience creation really is. Dankeschön. Gracias. Appreciated. And I'm sure we will have some discussions later. Thank you.
So I'm here today to introduce you and give you an overview on InnovaSpa project. So thank you, Simone, for the invitation to this roundtable. So I will just try to switch first, yes. So InnovaSpa project, it's a project about public policies. We are more related to public policies in Europe, and the idea is to exchange good practices and to have better thermal spa public policies in Europe. So this is the subject of the cooperation. I will try to give you an overview of this cooperation that had lasted for 4 years and a half. And behind the scene, we have a concept, which is the full health resort concept, full health resort strategy, and we are talking about the same thing. We are talking about a global destination. We are talking about a global health approach. We are talking about different kinds of services, thermal treatments, medical treatments, but also physical activity, nutrition, stress management, tourism. All of this is part of our destination, and this is what we want to push on the market and to promote to our new guests, clients, and tourists.
Now, even going deeper in the destinations, it's my pleasure that we have today 2 gentlemen from big resort companies here, and the first one I would like to ask to present is Boris Bankowski from the Ensana Hotel Group. Thank you.
Everywhere it goes back to the Romans, so I am not going to talk more about the history and the historical buildings where our spas are oriented. You will see the main buildings within these spa resorts on the photo, some short explanation, but I would be more than medical, or I will tell you what are the main indications in these spas. We are the owners of these resorts, so we are not just managing them. We have a management company which is called Ensana, but above all are owned by the owners of Ensana. So this is a very important piece of our working. So just to close my presentation is that definitely our concept is still to keep traditional balneology, medical balneology, meaning that natural resources have to be used and used in a treatment of patients with a medical background, so the prescription of medical background. And obviously, we want to keep this tradition very strictly, and also the Ensana's goal and strategy, as well as the owner's will, is to be as medical as possible. So the wellness kind of an expression is not necessarily used within our health resorts. So thank you for your distinguished attention, and I really cordially welcome you to any of our resorts.
The next example, and this is, as we are here in Spain, and wonderful to have you, is taking a closer look at Caldaria Group. And Javier Soto, it's a pleasure to have you here. Please present us an insight into your group. Thank you.
Caldaria opera en Ourense, es una entidad que su desarrollo es un desarrollo local. La verdad es que es un proyecto bastante más humilde que el de Sana, que ellos tienen casi 4.000 habitaciones, nosotros no son tantas habitaciones, son 3 establecimientos y son muchas menos, pero están centradas aquí todo en Ourense. Esta es nuestra filosofía y de alguna manera es lo que se mantiene como actividad y es la base de todas nuestras actividades, ¿no? Con esto, realmente lo que les quería decir cuando hablábamos de los destinos asentados era que nosotros, el polo de atracción, el operador turístico más importante que tenemos en Galicia para atraer mercado extranjero es el Apóstol Santiago, ¿no? Entonces, Santiago de Compostela se convierte para nosotros en un gran objetivo que nosotros, aunque estemos en Ourense, vamos a utilizar. Nada más, muchas gracias por su atención y espero que disfruten estos días.
Bueno, desde la Xunta de Galicia y como responsable de turismo desde el año finales del año 2012 y ejerciendo desde el año 2013, como pone el título de la ponencia que os voy a tratar de explicar, son los itinerarios europeos y su vida en Galicia. Y, lógicamente, bueno, pues lo primero que tengo que hablar y por el primero que tengo que empezar es por nuestro Camino de Santiago, que fue declarado el primer itinerario cultural europeo en 1987 por el Consejo de Europa. Y esto no hizo otra cosa que construir y constituir el germen del sentimiento de unión del patrimonio europeo. Un patrimonio material, como los lugares de culto, lógicamente como transitaba tanta gente por esas rutas, surgen los hospitales, que se llamaban hospitales no por ser de sanidad, sino porque era de hospitalidad, de recibimiento. Surgen los primeros hospitales, los albergues, esas puentes que cruzan y que nos ayudaban a cruzar ríos o complicaciones y a hacer transitable la propia ruta, y eso todo va creando nuestro patrimonio monumental y nuestro patrimonio histórico. Y todo ello, bueno, pues nos ha ayudado a seguir desarrollando infraestructuras, a mejorar los entornos, a que el balneario pues intervenga con el resto de la población, que vayan a un restaurante, a un comercio, a hacer vida, porque las estancias en los balnearios, como saben, no es un día como el peregrino que pasan todos los días, sino la estancia como mínimo es entre 10 y 15 porque se les exigen una especie de tratamientos. Bueno, pues todo ello también con estos centros terapéuticos nosotros representamos el 19% de la oferta termal que hay en España. Hoy en día para nosotros Europa sigue siendo un vehículo y esa unión pues creo que nos va a poder ayudar y hacer frente a poder competir con otros estados como lo que nos está sucediendo hoy en día, ¿no? Con la guerra de Ucrania. Y lo que tenemos que seguir mejorando, porque nosotros presentamos el año que viene el plan de sostenibilidad de villas históricas, de villas termales y cascos históricos, es precisamente porque vemos a Vichy, vemos Baden-Baden, vemos Carlo Vivari y sabemos que tenemos que seguir mejorando. Aunque nos creamos que lo hacemos bien, tenemos que seguir mejorando. Y por eso estamos aquí, convocados todos para seguir aprendiendo, para intercambiar las experiencias, que eso yo creo que es lo que más nos enriquece a todos, el seguir aprendiendo, el no tener una meta. Muchas gracias.